Hey guys, I just finished playing Gears of War 4's campaign, and I've played a little bit of the Versus multiplayer, and so I wanted to make a quick video to give my first impressions about the game. First of all, I just have to say that the presentation of Gears of War 4 is amazing. It feels really polished and solid all around, from the menus to the gameplay to the characters. Just about everything feels really amazing, and I think that is really impressive with the Coalition taking over the Gears of War franchise. Epic Games made it for 10 years in the past. They did, three games plus Judgment. And so to have this new studio pick it up and make it so polished, it's really amazing. Don't worry about any spoilers, but the intro to the game is very well done. It really allows new players to join the franchise without having played the previous games, and it sets up the story without it just being a giant cinematic. So I thought that was really cool and well done. With the game taking place 25 years after Gears of War 3, there are a lot of new faces, new characters in the game, as well as some old characters too. I was really impressed by how well these new characters fit into the Gears of War universe. They felt like they naturally belonged there, and the voice acting was extremely well done, and as well as all of the dialogue of the characters as they interacted with each other and with characters from the previous Gears of War games, so I was really impressed by that. And of course, with it being a Gears of War game, it has to have top-notch graphics. So it is running on Unreal Engine 4, and it looks amazing. Of course, if you're playing the game on PC, you need to have a beefy video card. I'm running a GTX 960 right now, and it plays it fine, but it could be much better if you had money to burn on a GTX 1070 or 1080. Then it will look absolutely gorgeous. But either way, it looks good. Plays very smooth, 60 frames per second in multiplayer and at least 30 frames per second in single player. And of course, if you play it on Xbox One, it's been optimized for that, and so it'll play nice and look beautiful there too. As far as the gameplay, I will just say that this is the best and most refined Gears of War experience to date, and I will love it. It feels very similar to Gears of War 3, everything good from that, and a lot of new additions that make it feel even better. For me, one of the most important things in a Gears of War game is the movement, to have smooth movement to get around the map, especially in Versus multiplayer, which I love to play. And one of the new mechanics that they added that is awesome is a smooth cover hop. So in previous Gears of War games, you had to slide up against cover and then hold forward and A to hop over the cover. So now you can, as you roadie run towards cover, you can hold down B and your guy just naturally hops over the cover all in one continual motion and continues running. And you can also kick enemies if they are on the other side of the cover. So it's just awesome because it doesn't interrupt the flow of movement. It just feels really good and buttery smooth. Gears of War has always had awesome weapons, so we have many of the previous weapons from the other Gears, most of the best weapons I would say, and there are some new weapons like the drop shot, which fires a projectile in the air, and you hold the trigger and it continuously goes forward, and when you let off it shoots down into the ground, so you can get it over cover above people and drop it down on top of them. The other weapon that really caught me by surprise by how much I love it is the Overkill, and it is basically a super shotgun with a really cool mechanic that I wish that I would have thought of for a video game weapon. So basically, each shot fires 2 rounds. As you pull the trigger in, it fires a round, and as you let off, it fires a second round. So you can get up in someone's face and just pull that trigger, and you're just unloading rounds like crazy, and it's really satisfying and fun to use. One other new mechanic to Gears of War 4 is a cover-based combat system, they call it. So basically, if you slide up against cover and there's someone else on the other side of the cover, in previous Gears of War games is a little bit awkward. You both would just pull out your gnashers and try to pop over cover and get at each other. But now you can actually grab over the cover and pull the enemy over and either gnasher them, or there's these cool new knife executions, so you can just kill them right there. So at first glance, hearing about that, I was worried, but it's actually really well done. If you're playing in Versus and someone grabs you to pull you over, you have a split second that you can push a button on the controller to defend yourself and break free from that grab. And then also, if you attempt to grab over cover and there's no one there, or you're slightly off from the person, you'll go over to grab it and be like, oh crap, there's no one here, and your guy kind of stumbles a bit and you get stunned. So you get punished if you don't time it just right, and then the other player can take advantage of that. There's a brand new enemy in Gears of War 4. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but they are called the Swarm, and they are a ton of fun. I found it super refreshing to finally have a new breed of enemy to deal with in Gears of War after having played 4 games versus Locust. The enemy designs are extremely well done. They're very monstrous and frightening, and the way that they fight with you and the combat is very creative. There's some really cool new situations that you'll find yourself in. So again, I won't spoil anything, but I really love this Swarm. If I had any negatives to say about the campaign, I would just say that there are a couple of gameplay experiences thrown in there to possibly break up the normal flow of just the shooting and then go to another place and shoot some more. And a few of those are just kind of like they feel like they were just put in there to help break things up. But you can't really blame them for trying to put some fresh experiences in there. It was nothing terrible, anything like that. It didn't ruin the experience or anything, but there was a couple of those in there. The gameplay in Gears of War can get stale if they're not careful, because it's just, you know, fight a group of enemies and then move from this point to that point and then fight another group of enemies. And something that really impressed me in Gears of War 4 is, again, these new characters with the voice acting was just amazing. Constantly there's back and forth chatter and banter, even when you're not in combat, just as you're moving around the environments. So rather than just moving from point A to point B and just fighting continually, the characters are constantly talking and bringing up interesting conversations, and they just did such a good job with that I never found myself bored. I didn't feel like it was repetitive or anything like that, so I give them major props for that. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I appreciate you watching. If you liked it, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos to come, and hit that thumbs up. And again, I hope you will check out Gears of War 4. I really am enjoying it, and I think that you'll enjoy it as well. So be sure to stay tuned, and I'm going to plan on making more videos about Gears of War as well as other gaming news and other games. So we'll catch you guys next time.